ancient Maya. This incredible society and its warriors vanished more than 1,000 years ago. Now, I'm on a mission to bring them back. We know warfare in this culture was very different, and nothing epitomizes that more than this. This is a stone axe. Hey! Used both as a tool and as a weapon, the heart of the stone axe is a blade called the celt. Usually made of granite, celts featured a sharpened edge, giving cutting power to a heavy weapon already capable of massive damage. You can take a look at the edge right here. I mean, that's actually a lot sharper than you would think. This is a really heavy weight behind it.
Imagine, Terry, hitting a guy with this kind of weapon. You can knock him out at the first time. You know?
It's a pretty scary idea. I mean, I've handled a lot of different battle axes, but I've never seen anyone quite like this. I mean, this is going to cause not just a bad laceration and shredding the tissue, it's going to be blunt force trauma. It's going to break bones. Since breaking bones allowed you to capture instead of kill your opponent, this was a perfect weapon for the early Maya warriors, because they wanted their enemies alive for ritual sacrifice. Now, how much fighting they did with the stone axe isn't as important as what we do know they did with it. They used this to decapitate their victims. Now, I want to see how effective this is at severing a neck. Look at that. Not only did it cut through the neck, it also went through the chopping block. So you can picture a neck being struck by that. Blood sprays out, bones shatter, instant death. A really intimidating way to meet your end. So weapons and human sacrifice were part of the Maya warrior ethos. But a shift was coming that would change their warfare. And that change would come from outside the Maya world. 4th century AD. 600 miles outside of the Maya world is Teotihuacan. This major city-state in nearby Mexico has a population of more than 200,000 people, and their influence is extending across Mesoamerica. When the warriors from Teotihuacan arrive in Tikal, they immediately kill and replace the king.
They come marching down over 1,000 kilometers, and it wasn't an army, it was a few people that somehow had a great influence here.
Around what year was this?
Teotihuacan arrives January 17th, 378 AD.
Oh, so this is...
Exactly.
You know the day these guys showed up.
It's been recorded a number of places here at this
awesome.
site. This was something they were very proud of. They knew exactly what day it is. This is the day that things changed for Tikal.
Tikal is still the most powerful Maya city-state. But after contact with Teotihuacan, things have changed. Tikal's warriors now embark on a mission to conquer neighboring city-states. It's a new type of warfare, and the Maya will never be the same. For the Maya, this type of warfare would spread beyond Tikal. War for conquest has replaced war for sacrifice. So how could a relatively small force from Teotihuacan cause such a major shift in Maya warfare? The answer is written in stone.
This is a figure of a man dressed as a Teotihuacan warrior. And most important, this is the spear that is brought from central Mexico and which were unknown to the Maya.
So the Maya had never faced this before?
Never.
Wow. The weapon that changed everything was this, the atlatl. Sometimes called a spear thrower, the atlatl was a weapon the Maya had never seen before, but quickly adopted. The spears are actually long, flexible darts that can be thrown with lethal accuracy at ranges of over 50 yards. Why don't you kill that hole again there, tough guy?
Right between those two feathers.
Yeah, I'm waiting. Here we go.
Without hitting either.
What an awesome weapon. I mean, he put that exactly where he said he was going to. And what's amazing is that the technology is basically a piece of wood with a notch in it, but it's perfectly designed. With a simple spur in the back to hold the dart, The atlatl extends the arm length of the person throwing it and uses the simple power of a fulcrum to launch the weapon. The key to the atlatl is the spring-like movements of the dart. The transverse waves make the darts travel farther and faster than a standard spear.
If they weren't flexible, if they didn't flex like that, if you tried to throw a stiff spear, it would just go...
It would fly all over the place, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it wouldn't fly well at all. It would just kind of cartwheel through.
Yeah, you need the springiness of this to be able to recover from that pop, and then it kind of rights itself. And this technological concept isn't unique. Atlatls have been used by countless cultures and found on every continent except Antarctica. This is an old weapon, right?
They're not quite sure how far they go back, but the guess is somewhere around 20,000, 30,000 years.
Amazing. So this has been in use this is an ancient weapon,
yeah,
actually. Now you hook onto the end.
Hook onto the end, and it's just increasing the leverage that you could put in with your hand. It multiplies it, some number of times, 200 times, 300 times.
You just casually just went like that. Didn't even look like you're doing anything. This, by the way, is definitely a first for me. I've shot all sorts of guns, all sorts of weapons. Never been in Guatemala shooting an atlatl. All right.
And you tip up just slightly. Excellent.
Nah, not quite there. Oh. I've used a lot of weapons, and this simple weapon is actually one of the hardest.
It's almost like you let your arm lag behind your body, like a fastball pitcher.
It looks like a pitcher. Off to the side. Oh. It's, again, you always expect to be great right off the bat. No, that was pretty crappy, actually.
There it is.
Yes! That was a little bit of luck, but that went right through. If that felt right.
Mm-hmm.
I actually listened to you, and I stayed kind of flat, and it's just subtle stuff.
Yeah, it's a feeling thing. It's like trying to describe how to balance yourself on a bike, but once somebody gets it, you can feel
You're on it.
Yeah, try it again. You got it now.
That feels cool. You send it, and it flies right into the target. Awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Before War for Conquest, Maya warriors used close combat weapons. Since their goal was captives for sacrifice, they had no need to inflict mass casualties on their opponents. Now, everything has changed. That's awesome. So the arrival of Teotihuacan changed what the Maya fought for. It changed the weapons they used, and it also changed something else. When they fought. The Maya had always charted the stars, but now the Maya kings looked to the heavens for signs that would urge them to take up arms. And it was Venus that would signal the time for war. The Maya believed that Venus's position in the sky would give them an advantage on the battlefield. So when the stars were aligned, the Maya went to war. 6th century. 60 miles north of Tikal, another superpower is rising. Calakmul is a growing Maya city-state, and they too have adopted war for conquest. Together with smaller city-states in the region, they form an alliance called the Snake Kingdom. Their goal, conquer Tikal. Competition between city-states will mark this region for centuries. These conflicts will push Maya resources, culture, and technology to the brink. Warfare may even mean the end of the Maya.